smooth. Wait a minute. I know what's missing. There's something missing here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ah, yes. I get it. Hey, DJ. Hit that music.
Back on the scene, Dwayne and Janean, I'm bringing the facts, they know what I mean. Music comparisons, yeah, it's embarrassing. Up in the Ford, I feel like I'm Harrison. Back on the fast track, mighty and morphin' my name. Zach, feel like a gentleman, top of my class. The legend, I'm feeling like 3 stacks. Hey, word to Aaliyah, taking it back and forth. I'm feeling so 1 in a million. I'm maybe like Travis McCoy, gym class hero, wanting a billion. Hey, Jay on the holiday.
Ladies and gents, welcome back to the greatest independent and mainstream cultural audio music podcast of all time. That's right. It's your favorite crew all day, every day. What's happening? It's your boy Dwayne. I already know, y'all see, stay swagging it out. Always got a theme for y'all. We going retro with it. MTV music, television, baby. But anyway, ain't about that, man. This past the ox, you know what I'm saying? We ain't promoting right now. We just out here choking, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we here, dog. We here, you know what I'm saying? What's happening? Joined by my favorite crew, you already know. Starting with the ladies first, because we gentlemen's up in this thing. And I'm talking about, you already know, she is the queen of Clatchet. Y'all see her so innocent already right there. The queen of Clatchet, Miss Bougie Thuggin', my one true, also favorite cousin. Ha ha ha. You already know it is Miss Janean.
What's happening? Hey, y'all.
Hey, how the week been, cuzzo?
Fabulous. I'm still celebrating a birthday. I don't think it's gonna end until the 30th.
Yo, hold up. Pause, stop the presses. Pass the ox, y'all. It's the queen's birthday week. Y'all already know she just celebrated her birthday. We ain't gonna tell y'all the age because it ain't about that. And you know it's rude to ask ladies about their age. So she is forever 21, and we gonna stick with it until the day we die. Anyways, guys, how you feeling after the turn up session? Got something coming up? What's good?
I'm tired, but I'm never gonna say no to a good time. But I mean, I could take a nap or 2 or 3.
Yeah. Go tell them about that ladies' night out. How was that ladies' night out? Y'all had a good turn up. So what happened?
We had so much fun. I'm an idiot, and I put on social media that I was, gonna do 31 shots from. Oh well, I turned 31. I was gonna do 31 shots for my 31st birthday. I made it to 21. So maybe I am forever 21.
Forever 21.
Because that's where it ended. But it was a good time. A good time was had by all.
Okay. And you made it to the next morning, right? You was good. You took it like
I made it to the next morning. I didn't have a hangover. I went to a 4-hour tattoo session. Like I was.
Wow.
Come on.
I'm a beast. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But yeah, it was great.
She making it known, man. Don't let the fact that she a lady fool y'all, man. She can now drink the best of yous out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why we call her Queen Janean around here on the team, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even gonna try to compete. There ain't no way.
Here's the why.
21.
Hey, that's why we call her Miss Bougie Thuggin', one true favorite cousin, man. You just never know what you're gonna get when you come through, man. That's just that's what it is. Hey, well, definitely, the team is great to have you right here celebrating with you. You know what I'm saying? This is our celebration for you, so we're going to really turn up. You know what I'm saying? For the cousin, you know what I'm saying? The queen, you know what I mean? But, while we get into that, we got to get into my guy over here, you know what I'm saying? Rocking the blue Nike because, he always that guy, letting you know it's known. He going to keep you in check. You know what I'm saying? He gonna also give it to you straight up Kobe style, because he the Kobe of the crew, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now. But hey, y'all already know he's the hardest working man in show business. Since yeah. And of course, no doubt, he is, as you know, the Podfather. You know what I'm saying? The man you can't live without. We call him Clyde, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you can't forget my favorite. The critique of artists, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about none other than Derrick. What's up, sir?
Man, that was a lot of names I didn't realize.
AKA,
they keep on coming to you. They keep on coming, Jesus, bro. Man. It ain't all me, man.
Shoot, by the time we get to like the 5 or 10 year mark, it's my list
You
gonna look
gotta
like
have like a
the
concert T-shirt with
yeah,
all of your
yeah,
names going down the back
Mhm.
yeah.
and the
Look,
dates
No,
that
you,
they were given to you.
yeah, yeah. He gonna be like the Diddy of the crew. He gonna surpass Diddy. Matter of fact, you gonna have all this.
let's start looking like the Cleveland Browns quarterback list.
God dang. Oh, that's a burn if I ever heard one. I like it. I like it. What's up, sir? How your week been, man? Tell the people
Oh
how your
man,
week been.
it's been good, man. It's been good. We got a lot of let me say we have a lot of evolution going on.
Yes.
Um, that we have not announced yet, but I think we have one that we're going to try to announce next week.
Uh-oh.
But you know, you guys look out. Fans will be coming back. Just so you guys are aware, it is coming back. And I had a lot of people that hit
Uh-oh.
me up about it, like, where's fans? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Mhm.
Like, y'all just hold on. We got some stuff we're trying to, iron some stuff out and
Yeah.
change, update a couple of things. And so we've done a lot of that over the last couple of months. So um I think we'll be able to make some announcements next week. So you guys, stay tuned for that.
Ooh, looking forward to it, my guy. You
Yes, sir.
already know. Hey,
Yes,
hey.
sir.
So y'all know what to do, man. Y'all stick to us to the end, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Stick to
yeah.
the end, and
Oh
be
yeah.
fast forward.
Yeah.
Wait, because you're gonna
Yeah.
for a great conversation today, y'all. I'm
Oh
telling
yeah.
you, we got some real dope conversation for y'all. It's about to get a little preachy, yet kind of deep
Yikes.
preachy in a crazy way. You know what I'm saying? Not to scare you off though. Don't worry. It's gonna be in a deep dive kind of way. But before
Yeah.
we get to all of that, you know what I'm saying? It's past the ox, y'all. It's past the ox. That's what we do. We just having the fun, loosening up with y'all before we get a little deep dive here and there. You know what I'm saying? That being said, y'all know how we do. You know what I mean? Y'all see the headphones. Y'all see what we do. Shout out to PTA, OTS, to Pastor Ox Instagram, because you already know we got the Music Mondays, you know what I'm saying? And the Feel Good Fridays, when the new music drops on Fridays. But also we letting y'all know what be in our ears to start off the week. So going around the room, y'all, what y'all been vibing to? What's been in your ears?
Um, is it Fivio Foreign or Fabio? It's Fivio Foreign. Fivio and Quavo, Magic City, constant repeat,
Mm,
fire.
okay.
A total turn up. It's wonderful. It's great. I've been also getting into some house music mixes
Okay.
and what is Motor City Drum Ensemble. It's very fire. So we've been listening to a lot of them.
Mm,
And Nija, Nija is amazing. I think I talked about her one time a long time ago,
Hmm.
where she does R&B, where she did an R&B track over a drill beat, which is
Oh
fire as
yeah, yeah,
hell.
yeah, yeah.
But every other song that I've come across on like different playlists is fire too. So one of these days I'm gonna sit and listen to the whole album. But she's fire.
mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still gotta get into her music. I haven't given it a shot yet.
Likewise.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
You
do
won't
that
be
this week.
disappointed.
I'm gonna do
Now,
that this week.
whose album is this?
Nija,
Ah,
Nija.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check her out. Man. Let me check her out.
Yeah. I gotta get her saved
Okay.
for right now.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Um is that all?
That's it.
That's it?
Okay,
Okay.
That's all.
Cuzzo. Okay, I see you. I see you.
All right.
All right.
I've actually I've been listening to a lot of stuff the last couple of days. Snow Allegra. Um
Okay.
I don't know what it was, but I kind of like got into this. I do know what it was. I was listening to Damani's album again. Ever since that came out, I've been listening to it like on repeat. It's been the last couple of weeks I've been listening to it. For some reason, the other day I was listening to it, and then I kind of got that. I don't want to say it was like R&B, like in that R&B mood, but maybe it was. I was just trying to figure out who I really wanted to listen to, and came across Snow Allegra again. So I listened to her album, Black's album, mixtape. I'm sorry. What was that? Which one was that? Six piece. I think that was six piece. 6-piece hot EP. That's what it was.
Uh,
Um, listen to that. Then of course the Silk Sonic album. Uh, listen to a little bit of Justin Timberlake. It was just that whole vibe, just just kind of like relaxation. So um, yeah, that's what I mostly been listening to. But I did listen to that D-Day album from Dreamville.
I was gonna spin the block after everybody was done. Like, did we talk about D-Day yet? But okay, go ahead. Please finish.
Nah, nah, no. Please talk about it. But that album, that Dreamville is a problem, and I'm glad that people are finally giving them that recognition. I put it like that. I'm glad they're finally getting that love that they should that they've deserved outside of just the hardcore fans. Um, great, great, great body of work. That was a good one. I'm gonna have to listen to that again this weekend because it was just good. It was just good. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. A little bit of Wale too, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
more so the
dig it.
mellow vibes.
I dig it. All right. All right. Oh, well. All right then. Well, that's good, man. Y'all been really vibing to some good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I really like to hear the diversity. And this is why this is such a dope segment. You know what I'm saying? We all got diverse ears. So I love that. Your boy's been vibing to, let's see. Shout out to Lotto. I was vibing to her new album, 777. It was really, really dope. Um, Actually becoming a real big fan of hers, man. She's really, really, really dope. I think she's kind of get not necessarily underrated. She's getting her recognition pretty well. She's coming up the ranks. I feel like she's up next, kind of like quietly in a way,
Mm.
in its
Yeah,
own way. But like she's making
Organically.
moves. Yeah, like she's
yeah,
organically making
yeah,
moves that's getting her bigger and bigger.
yeah.
Like once you got to a point where you remixed like one of Mariah Carey's songs and then you got Mariah Carey on the remix of that,
Hmm.
it's telling me like, okay, you really getting to that point where you finna like blow up like naturally. So shout out to her for that. And I really like Sunshine. Lil Wayne and Childish Gambino, like to have a collab like that on the album is pretty dope. It's a unique one too.
Oh
So it's
wait,
just like,
they did a record together.
yeah, it's on her latest album called 777. Man, it's called Sunshine. Big lot. Look, Derek's like, wait, hold up.
I did
Lil
not
Wayne,
know
Childish
that.
Gambino, and Lotto got a song together called Sunshine. And I'm telling you, man, it's a really dope one. She's actually kind of singing on that one a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
really dope. It's really, really dope. So shout out
Okay.
to Atlanta for the hip hop ladies out there, man. That's working in Atlanta, man. She's definitely putting on for the city. Um, yeah. So who else? I've been vibing to the Weeknd's new album as well. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the Weeknd at all.
Okay.
Um, but I did like this album. I really did. Like it was a whole vibe. Like
Why do you
it's
like
kind
it?
of. I think it's the retro feel it's giving me. Something about it is giving me like that Prince Morris Day like
Okay.
it feels 80s, like real
Mm-hmm.
80s, like
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
something I'm a sucker for 80s style music at times. Like I don't listen to it all the time, but I have my moments where sometimes I do feel like going back to the 80s and just listening to like 80s style like music. Something about the instrumentation of like a lot of the sounds and synths that were used in the 80s that were
Mm-hmm.
really cool. So like when I look back and I hear it as I was just riding, I was in a car ride and I think what happened was so WrestleMania happened a couple weeks ago, and
Hmm.
they had the Weeknd's theme song. Well, they had a song from the Weeknd's album, "Sacrifice," that was the main theme for the
Oh.
show.
Okay.
So upon listening to that, obviously they've played it so much that song was in my head. So
Hmm.
I found myself now. Funny thing is, again, me not being a big fan of the Weeknd, like I just don't really get into his music like that.
Hmm.
The funny thing is, usually he'll have a song that people just play so much it may get stuck in my head,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
never really go back and just listen to it enough to be like, oh, I got to put this in my playlist.
Yeah.
But something about when they kept playing that song in my mind, I just said, okay, I'm gonna listen to this song, but then I heard another song that I found out was on this album. Didn't know. I thought it was a previous song from like another album.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, and that was Take My Breath. I found out those were both in this same album. So like heard that, looked it up, saw this interesting cover art of him as a old man in a way,
Yeah,
and it was just
yeah,
like, all right, that's a unique cover. So okay, cool. So I listened to it start to finish, man, and like I said, it just wasn't disappointing. It was like really riding. There's a song on there called "Out of Time." That's probably my number one favorite song from that album right now. And I really just it's just a whole ride. Like it's a skating type of song, and it's like a ride type of song. It's a little bit of everything, but yeah, it was a nice little album. I kind of put it up there with like, so I have albums that I love that are vibey that never get old to me start to finish, right?
mm-hmm.
It would be albums like The Love Below, Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
put
yeah,
this, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put
yeah.
this in there now. Like this is up there with my vibey albums of like when I'm in that mode of like just really chill and like just riding in the car on a night like tonight where it just feels nice and breezy and the windows are down and you're just taking that long car ride. Like this is one of those albums I'd probably play in that car ride, start to finish and just vibe. So like it's really dope. So shout out the weekend for that album. Definitely was vibing to that. Found myself vibing to a little bit of old school here and there on some stuff. And yeah, man, that's really been. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else I really just vibed to out of that. A little bit of D'Angelo, yeah, a little bit of D'Angelo for sure.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, man, I love me some D'Angelo, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
guy needs a versus battle, and I don't know why he hasn't gotten one yet, but he needs a versus battle
Who would
real
you see him
bad.
going against?
Right?
Well, let's see. They already did freaking Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child against each other. So I
Mm,
guess if you did an intergender one, maybe Angie Stone, maybe if you did
Donnell
any.
Jones.
mm.
But here's the thing.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
don't
if
know
either one of them has a
Jones.
catalog that's long enough to do a versus though.
Yeah,
Or they do, but we don't know the songs for it. Like you have to be a diehard fan.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, D'Angelo, he dominated the 90s mostly. And then he was, I believe, locked up for most of that time afterwards. That kind of took
Yikes.
him out until he got out of jail. And then people were like, oh, he's fat D'Angelo now. And then he came out with music. Because I remember
Yikes.
those jokes, like when he finally got out of jail, like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, fat
That's so
D'Angelo.
messed up. That
Yeah,
same thing
well,
happened to Chris Brown, man. I felt so bad for
bro, I'm telling you, it's
him.
like when
Yeah.
you go through that, you're just like, oh man, you know what I mean? So it really does kind of suck, but it's like I don't know, it's somebody out there that I
That
know
would be
he could,
interesting.
maybe Raheem Devon or
Mm.
Dwelle or
Jaheim.
somebody. Jaheim, maybe that might work. Yeah, Jaheim might work. Uh it could work. That guy can work. It might work. Yeah,
That guy.
maybe Jaheim. Who knows? Yeah, maybe Jaheim or Tank if you want.
Tank would be interesting.
See, yeah.
Tank would be
we, we,
interesting.
we do that.
Mm.
We get some good scenarios when we want to.
You know what? I want to see Tank versus Tyrese. Even I don't even know if Tyrese has a catalog enough to do it, but they've been in that group with Genuine. I want to see if they could actually battle each other, even if it's from stuff with their own albums together.
That could happen.
Tyrese is a problem, and I think people forget, and I don't like that. Not you,
Yeah.
but just people in
Come on.
general.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Tyrese was a problem.
Well, he did it to
Mhm.
himself though,
This is true.
as well. He did it to himself as well.
Okay.
This
Like
is true.
I don't know what it was, but ever since he became a part of the Fast and Furious family,
Lord.
ever since that happened, it's something. It's something, like he just almost became like I don't want to say like a joke, but he became a joke in the last couple of years for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think that more so did it than anything else. But yeah, you go look at his music.
It could work, man. It could work.
Tyrese,
You know what I'm
Tyrese is
saying?
a problem. Tyrese is a
Can
problem.
I just butt in real quick? And since we're talking about the Fast franchise, I don't think we talked about Ludacris's response to Amaretta's not
Yes.
Atlanta.
Yo,
When I tell you he
Dog.
bodied that, like y'all gonna put some
Dog.
respect on Luda's name. That's what y'all
Yes.
gonna do. And I think that
Yes.
he reminded y'all that you need it.
I
Sometimes.
no, go ahead, go ahead,
Wow.
Dwayne. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say that just made me want a whole nother Chris album.
That's
Yeah,
what I was gonna
right?
say. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, Luda,
It's time.
please.
it's
I
time.
know you making money, but dog, give me a new album, please.
time,
Just bring
man.
one out right now, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I wouldn't
oh,
mind hearing though? I wouldn't mind hearing him and Sierra actually do a full album.
That'd be cool. Cause I
Like
was
if
listening
they
to
did a
the
collab.
other day and was in the car. Will.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I did.
For
I did that
sure.
like last month. I was listening to that, and I was, oh, if they
That's
did an
what I
album
mean.
together, that'd be. I don't know if
That's
there'd be
true.
a track you could skip on that one.
That's true. Because they did that Ride song together too. And that
Mhm,
joint was like,
mhm.
you know what I'm saying? That'd be
And it's Atlanta.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I would not mind. I would not mind.
Nigga.
I'm just glad it was a commercial, not a video, because I don't want us to get flagged again.
I know, right? Look, it's like, no flag.
I thought I heard the beginning of the song. I was like, oh, no.
Oh, need no.
Turn it down,
you
turn it
know?
down, turn it down, turn it down.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but no, if they came out with a project together, I would love that. I would love
I'm
that.
telling you.
Luda's got one more in him, at least.
I would think so.
I
would
think he's got at least one more in him. Just give us one so we can, if he wants to actually just retire, like
Mhm.
cool.
And it
Yeah.
still baffles me when I think about when him and Nelly did that verses with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though that was during when they still did the whole virtual versus thing where it was like, kind of laggy or whatever. But like, it's just funny because like, I still can't believe that those two never did a song together at that time that they were both hot.
Yo,
Yeah.
That's
right.
crazy. And I was
Mhm.
like, y'all never had one?
And
Seriously?
they're not that
Like,
far away from each other either.
yeah, like I was like, how have they never had like those two styles together back then?
Yeah,
Man, shoot.
yeah.
What? Ladies would have loved that one. I'm telling you, man. Would have been something for the ladies and the fellas a little bit. Like, I could tell they would have did something that would have been like nice and neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I mean, if Nelly could work with Tim McGraw, come on, man.
oh heck yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
That song grew on me, man, because I hated that song back then.
Oh,
I didn't
loved
like it at first either.
I loved
was
it.
like,
Yeah, I was
Get
just
out
not
of my
feeling
head.
it. Like I hated it, but it grew on me over time. It aged well. It did.
It
It
did.
aged
Yeah,
well.
it did.
I learned to appreciate it. I was like,
For sure.
oh,
Yeah.
this was different. But back then, no, I couldn't stand that song, bro.
Oh no, I got a country voice that was singing that song.
Country Derrick. Hey, that's the one to think about. Hey, we gotta. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, y'all want to see Country Derrick one day? Y'all let me know. Y'all want
No,
to?
Derrick
Hey,
in
we
a
gotta make a
cowboy
poll?
hat would go off.
Yeah, like
Hey,
hey, Cowboy
Yeah.
Derrick, baby.
I would wear a cowboy hat, but
That
to
would
do
go
the
off.
voice, I gotta get paid. I
gotta get paid. Hey, so
Could
y'all
you
hear
just
it,
say
right?
howdy? Could you be like howdy?
I'm saying if y'all wanted me to sing it, that's
Oh no.
Oh no. We just come in a Cowboy Derrick fashion. You know what I'm saying?
oh get the
Give
hat
him a
and
little
everything,
accent, a
I'm
little
saying.
bit, kind of like Southern Stephen A. when he mocks the Cowboys in a way. He just kind of, even though his accent's kind
Hey,
of
yo.
horrible, but still,
He's not a good actor, man.
yeah,
He's not a
his
good
Southern accent needs a lot of work, but
Yeah,
it's too much
yeah.
New York in the voice. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But Cowboy Derrick can show him how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Come out there, give him the genuine pose or something when he did the pony video or something. I don't know, whatever.
Hey, yo, no, if I come out like that, I'm definitely getting paid.
All right, maybe not that exact visual, people,
I'm
but you're right.
definitely
He's
getting paid if I'm
definitely
coming out with that. And that's gonna cost a pretty penny, man.
A
Janine's,
pretty
Janine's,
penny.
That's
Hilarious. That's very country. That cost you a pretty penny to see me. hilarious.
Yo, your reaction Wednesday night. You said, whoa.
Wait a minute.
Hey man, because I'm a real private guy, so yeah, that's gonna take a lot of money for me to put that on display.
Hey, well, you heard it. You heard it, ladies and gents. If you want it, book it. We're gonna get the GoFundMe sitting right now.
Hey,
Posting cash apps to everybody in the description box. You know what I mean? You send a little something to the cash app, we might make something happen.
Yeah, go ahead and make that donation plan. We'll get Cowboy Derrick on Past the Ox. Oh Lord.
Oh,
what an
man.
episode that would be.
I don't even know how we record it. I don't even know how I would do it.
Hey, we'll figure it out. The money gotta talk first, though.
yeah, money talks.
You know, point blank.
Yes,
wow, that was fun, y'all. That was fun. I like that. Shout out to everybody for what's in your ears. That's definitely one of the most entertainment ones, though. I will say one quick little side note. I did make a nice little playlist for y'all. That was random, right?
Oh, nice.
And I don't know why I made this playlist, but I was just like, I'm gonna make an anthem playlist based off everybody's territories. I literally just random thought about this, and it literally hit me. So far, this is what I added: Empire State of Mind from Jay-Z, Georgia from Ludacris, Jamie Foxx, and everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got Country Grammar from Nelly, for my St. Lunatics, out of there, in the St. Louis area. Of course, Welcome to Atlanta, the ultimate anthem that you hear all the time. I got Raise Up from Petey Pablo from my North and South Carolinians out there, right? I got Homecoming from Kanye West for my Chi-Town, Windy City peoples out there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got that California love, Dr. J and Tupac feels in there for that Cali side, right? Shout out to my native Memphians out there. I got that Walking in Memphis by my boy Yo Gotti, straight off a mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Got that New York from Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Jadakiss for the New Yorkers out there. I even went down to Florida. I gave y'all a little Big Willie style, because we had to, given the format, Gave you a little Miami in there too. Welcome to Miami. Gave you Wale for my DC people. DC or nothing, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I threw in a couple stuff like a little DJ Khaled, we taking over, because, it's city to city to city to city. You know what I'm saying? No matter where it's at. I even gave you another DJ Khaled with Welcome to My Hood, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throwing all this in there. Gave them that Neuer clap, straight out of the New Orleans, baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Straight out of Compton, for my NWA peoples out there in Compton, LA. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, let's see, what else did I put in here? I think Detroit versus everybody, you know what I'm saying? West 5'9", Eminem, Big Sean, basically every rapper from Detroit on one song, you know what I'm saying? So Mama Africa, shout out to Akon for the Africans out there, you know what I'm saying? Giving that, right. Let's see what else we put up in here, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got a little West Savannah from Outkast, for Savannahs, shout out, it's not Atlanta, but it's Savannah, the cousin of Atlanta, I guess, if you want to say that.
The country cousin.
The country cousin, We got Virginia from Clips, coming out of Virginia. So, yeah. Black and Yellow. Shout out to the Pittsburghians out there with Wiz Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? We got Southside Lil Kiki for everybody out there in Texas. And Derrick's going to love this one. Welcome to Jam Rock. Hey, we got one of them, you know what I'm saying? Damian Marley, you know what I'm saying? Right there for my Jamaicans.
There we go.
Speaking of which, we got some more from my Jamaicans because we got Kingston from my boy Sean Kingston representing Kingston, Jamaica. So, hey, y'all let me know. I want to update this playlist on a regular basis. I don't care what city, state, area you from. If there's an anthem in your city that's hot, representing the name of your city and your area, shoot it to me if it's on the iTunes so we can just make this territorial playlist a theme. All right? I'm trying to do this for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I need
playlist king.
I need to see what Redman has anthem-wise.
Yeah. Look, see, Jersey. Newark.
I need to check.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, so I do this. I do this for everybody, man. I'm just trying to get, like I said, I don't care if they're independent. I don't care if they're mainstream. If they got a hot anthem in the streets that's representing your city, your area, wherever is going on this playlist, straight up. that being said,
Yes,
that
sir.
is that what's in your ear segment. I just had to throw that out there for everybody on the coast to coast land. Um, so real quick, Neen, you got anything happening in entertainment? Anything been going on in these streets? Since we've been away.
So I thought this is the perfect segue. So I was gonna ask if you think that "We Ready" by Archie Eversole should be added to that anthem list. He
You know
just passed,
what?
rest in peace, but that's very much an anthem at
Mm-hmm.
all the football games, at all the
Mm-hmm.
turnips.
Mm-hmm.
They're they're
True.
they're playing that.
Yeah.
I could do that. I could definitely throw that in there. I could
Yeah.
throw that in there for sure.
So what happened to him? 'Cause I saw that. I think I read something about his brother shot him. But
Yeah,
like, was
his
what
brother
happened?
is in custody for the murder of him. I don't know. I didn't read into it because I was like, oh, this is so bad. I don't even want
Yeah.
to look into it. But yeah, that was a headline that his brother was arrested in connection
Wow.
to the murder. Which, like, could you imagine your brother, bruv?
I'm telling you right now, if my brother ever, if he killed me,
I would come back
I'm coming back.
and doing
Oh,
damage.
oh.
Hmm.
We'll find a way to go back. Even if I gotta come back as a dog, I'll come back as a pit bull and take him out.
It's crazy. That comes off very biblical, believe it or not. It's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Cain and Abel come to life.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Wow,
Wow.
damn, that's
wow,
crazy.
man.
Dang, killed by your own brother, man. That's deep.
Very
You know,
deep.
when that happens, you're just like, wow, that actually happens in life. You get caught up in so much and how much you love your family, and we do love our families, but it just goes to show, even your own flesh and blood, man. Gotta be careful sometimes. You
Oh
gotta be
yeah.
careful. Rest in
Do you think
peace,
we're
man.
getting to a point in our community where we are starting to like stop overlooking the BS that comes with family just off of the strength of its family? Because that's something that I think that we grow up with, like, oh, like they're family, so we can't really speak on it, or I just got
Mhm.
to deal with the negativity. But I feel like we're starting to be like, just because you're blood doesn't mean that I have to continue rocking with you. Like, if you're not bringing me peace and like you're not a positive person,
I hope so.
attachment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I hope we're getting there. I don't know as a society we are, but um, I mean, it's that's not everybody that you're related to, people that that are actually your family. I have people that I'm related to that I'm good. That we don't have to do anything. We don't have to talk or anything like that. We just don't we just not good for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, I would hope that we can get there where we're I think one of the things that would help is not teaching kids that um everything that family does is okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not saying that they say it by by mouth with the actual words, but how they treat each other, hiding secrets and stuff like that. That's the message that comes across, is that you know that's what you got to protect in those situations. So I hope that we can get to that point, but I don't know as a society that we are there.
Mm-hmm. I
Mhm.
just hope I never have to find out. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've been
Yeah,
blessed to be in a situation where I don't want distance or I don't want to cut anybody inside of my family off, but it can happen.
hey man, survival of the fittest.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's our nature, preservation. So you have to be able to do something like that if you need to, but that's sad, man, to get cut down by your own brother. Like, and he was 37, right?
Yeah, he was young.
That's
'Cause that's
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 Jesus,
young.
man. That's too young.
Yeah.
Way too young, man.
That's too
Hard to
young.
believe too.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Rest in
Well, on a
peace, man.
lighter note, how do y'all
Mhm.
feel about Gilly the Kid versus Wiz and being on Instagram in his draws? Like, the whole thing is silly. It's so silly.
It's
Wow.
hilarious.
These rappers today, man. Oh my gosh. They wildin'. Like they give no cares. They just say,
But who do you actually believe Wiz, or do you believe Gilly?
What are we believing? What is the side of the story you heard?
Because Gilly was saying that he was just telling Wiz like, I gotta unfollow you because I don't want to see you in your drawers all the time.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, that's fair.
I think it's funny too because I posted it. I was like, this man is really working out in his draws, but go off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying that they're too short too. Like I don't want to see that. And if you don't want to see something, you just unfollow someone. Still, you can
Yeah.
still support them, but you don't have to follow them if you don't want to see that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. But he's also saying that because of that, that's what led to the deactivation of his account and all that
Hmm.
stuff. And Wiz Khalifa hit him up and you know told him he didn't like that's taking down another black man or whatnot. Like it, I don't know who to believe,
I
but I'm willing to
believe both
believe
of
Gilly.
them. I believe both of them. I don't think Gilly making that post was him trying to bully or be me. I think he was just like a busting balls, pun not intended. I think
Yeah.
he was just like joking around, know what I mean, and just like
Yeah.
talking shit, which is what we do, right? And I don't think Wiz is why his shit got deactivated, but I also know that the censoring and the anti-bullying filters on Instagram and Facebook are real. Like I've left comments and been like, what is it, like Facebook jail, or
Mhm.
limited to my post because the bots feel that what I said was violent or whatever. So
Mhm.
it really could have been a situation like that. Do I agree with Gilly with like people are becoming too sensitive? Sure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think him joking about you working out in draws is him taking down another black man. It was a joke.
Yeah.
But people are entitled to feel how they feel. And if Wiz felt like his feelings was hurt, then he felt like his feelings was hurt.
Some pants on, man. Like I
But
don't
let's
work.
also think about like Wiz trains as like a UFC fighter, right? Like that
MMA. Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
his, or MMA.
Hmm.
So is that not what they wear when they fight and shit? Like tight little shorts?
They are shorts. What he's wearing looks like Hanes to me. Oh, it looks
Okay.
like Fruit of the Loom to me, from what I've seen. I've only seen like two videos, and that's because
Yeah.
like I don't even know if I follow him. I think someone else like posts that stuff or whatever. But either way, I've seen like one or two videos, and it does look and to train. See, like that's another thing. Like to train, like I
Hey,
get
he was
it,
in full costume. He was
but
ready.
yeah, yeah, that's I don't. Mm, I've seen a lot of MMA fighters train uh with more on. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
So hey, look, if that's how he wants to train, that's how he wants to train. I don't have a problem with it, to be completely honest. But I don't think everything needs to go online either.
It definitely seems like he's on this like goal of putting out more content because he's just been posting like a lot of like really random videos with no rhyme or reason. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. But
yeah, yeah,
I'm also a Wiz fan, so I'm a little biased in my understanding and patience and how he's
yeah,
handling this situation.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, I love Wiz, but yeah, I can't look at those videos either. That's mm,
Speaking of being a champ and having underwear, this brings us to our number one sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Champ, the number one boxers, giving you the most in athletic underwear at the most finest and most athletic ways possible. It is for the men, it is for the ladies, and they got it set for you to flex when you're working out, when you're being fashionable. Maybe you just want to be comfortable. Are you tired of wearing those old funky wedgie-like underpants that just get really uncomfortable as you walk, sit, squat, whatever? Well, check out Champ, the #1 boxers underwear and undergarments that are fit, not just for the everyday wear, but for the athletic athlete that wants to be just like good old Gully, posting videos for non-reason right on your social media. At least you can look good while doing it if you're rocking with the Champs right here at Champ #1 Boxers. All
That
right.
was perfect.
Yo, hold
Segway
on.
King. And the alley oop was so unexpected, but I hit that bit. You know what I mean, that
I was
perfect.
wondering if y'all set this up because I was like, that was like the
that's
perfect,
what you call chemistry.
That was perfect. That was perfect. And one thing I love about Champ Boxers, they're Black owned. That's a Black owned company. That is officially a sponsor for OTS. So yeah, everyone, we got.
So if y'all see me on Instagram working out in my drawers, just know.
Yeah.
Big facts. Hey man, just expect some real dope creative puns because you're gonna get all of them just like that in style. So you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You know?
Yeah, and they have a lot of prints too, like different looks. And one I'm looking forward to getting is the Jamaican line. You know,
Wagwan, yes sir.
I would love for them to put Wagwan on the back band like that. That'd be perfect.
That would be fire.
That'd be
tough.
Oh my god!
I'm actually feeling these tribal joints too. These tribal joints are fire.
Yeah,
I'm loving these tribal ones, man. They're man. Those things.
What? So y'all go check them out. We don't have our information yet for the link, but you'll check them out and we'll post that. You know, you go through our link, and you know, I give you guys a little discount on your purchase. So we will get that to you guys very soon. This just happened like within the last day, so we don't have all the information, you know, yet. But
perfect.
That is the official announcement, though.
Boom! When you least expect it. This is why we tell you to pay attention to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, you caught me off guard.
Speaking of catching you off guard, that's great. Unless Cuzzo has some entertainment to continually share. Was that on Cuzzo? No.
That I think that was perfect.
That was perfect. We did it. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna do something new for y'all today, man. I'm gonna play a little game with y'all. And shout out to our boy Chris from Sideline, guys. Thanks to him, I was able to come up with my own game for this. So this is new to the Past the Ox Arena. It's gonna be real cool. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna test some knowledge on y'all. We're gonna test some knowledge to see where y'all stand and see where y'all remember this the most. All right. So I'm gonna play a game called Name That Lyric.
Oh boy.
Basically, I'm basically just gonna quote a rap lyric, and y'all try to tell me if you can think who possibly came up with that lyric. You know what I'm saying? And if you get it right, then well, you get it right. If you get it wrong, then maybe I get to ask y'all a question. Who knows? You know, who knows? We shall see how this one goes. All right. So, are y'all ready for the first lyric to try to guess? All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm only gonna do a few of these. I'm not gonna go lengthy with them. I'm just gonna do like a couple of them just to give y'all a feel to see how y'all like this game. If y'all like it, we'll do this more in the future on Past the Ox. All right, so let's test this thing out. Right. Lyric number 1. Here we go. I've learned working with the negatives can make for better pitches.
We don't get a multiple choice?
Oh man.
Because I know it.
Yeah.
Like I've heard it before.
I know. Hints might give it away.
Yeah, hints are gonna give it away for sure.
Hints will give it away.
But I'm fine
Especially
with
for
that.
this guy. Especially for this guy. You don't have to necessarily name the song if you can at least get the artist correctly. That is what makes most part. If you need me to repeat, I'll gladly repeat.
Well, I want to say, did I have him on a t-shirt recently?
Ooh, close. That's close. That is
Okay.
pretty close.
Hold on. Who'd you have on the shirt recently?
There's
Mr.
something like,
West.
oh, wait.
So it's not Kanye.
It's not Kanye, but you're close.
Jay-Z.
No, that is incorrect. This person is in that class with those guys. If you depending on where you rank them.
Nas.
No,
I'm not gonna get this right.
She was closer
LL
when she
Cool
said
J.
Kanye.
No, I'm just joking.
Y'all going further back on me. Y'all went further back. Y'all was
Okay,
good
wait.
with Kanye. Yeah,
So
You said
same
that class, so-
as Jay-Z and Kanye.
okay, yeah.
Is he from New York?
No.
The fuck?
In
Okay,
fact, technically, he's not even from the States.
Ooh. Is it Talib Kweli?
No, ladies and
Most
gentlemen.
Def.
Oh, that is incorrect. Unfortunately, guys, the answer is none other than Drizzy Drake, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
the hell? That is so crazy.
That was
That is
Drake.
so wild.
That was a
That
line.
I did not know that.
That was a line from Drake off of Hell Yeah Effing Right, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my god. I didn't listen to that song that much.
That's such a Drake line.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the line again?
It was. Hold on, let me pull it back up. I learned working with the negatives can make for better pitches.
Okay. Side note, let me ask y'all this because I was having this conversation with my sister. It does Drake says the most random lines that make it sound like it's a bar, but then when you actually break it down, it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
This makes sense. I give you that makes sense. But there's been some lines that some bars that he's put out that when you actually break it down, it makes
like,
no sense. It just sounds good, but when you actually think about it, just like it makes no logical sense.
I know. It's crazy, downright insane how that goes. You're just like, what in the world?
I want to do a deep dive on that one day because there's some stuff. Drake, I gotta get some stuff off my chest about Drake, man. Because
Always.
it's just something about it. It's just something about his lyrics. Sometimes they just don't they just sound okay, but then you go back and break them down. It's just like what? All right, I got you. My bad.
All right. Well, let's go into the next line, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if my favorite crew can guess who this is on this line. So here I go. It's my shot. Feet fail me not. This may be my only opportunity that I got.
Eminem. Marshall Matters.
I knew you sounded so familiar.
Look, she got it.
She got it
I'm
real
so
fast.
excited.
That's so
Look, she
sad
got
that I
that.
knew Eminem over Drake. That says a lot, huh?
Hey, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. So let's see if we can challenge them some more here. Let's see. Let's see here. What's a good one? Here we go. Far from a Harvard student, just had the balls to do it.
I felt like there should be another sentence there.
I know.
Like,
That's I was waiting for.
like, what's the follow-up?
That's the beauty of rap lines, man. They're lines. So it's not a full bar. It's literally just a line, a key line.
Kanye.
Ooh, you are so close.
Was a Harvard student.
Now think about that one for a second.
Wait, say it again.
Far from a Harvard student, just had the balls to do
I feel like you said that with a New York accent. Was that on purpose or?
it.
I am not going to get any
Maybe.
of these. I
Maybe.
swear I'm not going to get
Who
any.
knows? I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Jake says he's not going to get any of these. I know what he'll probably get. We'll see.
I'm just gonna start throwing out the same names over and over again. They're gonna stick. They're gonna have to stick eventually. Was it Jay-Z?
Ooh, congrats, Cuzzo. That's two.
Oh my God, man.
All right, so we're gonna start keeping score. That's what we're gonna do. When we do this game, we're just gonna keep score. I won't even ask y'all questions. I'm just gonna do this and keep score on who wins. So far, it's 2-0-1 because y'all tied because y'all didn't get the first one. So Janean said, "Hey, Derrick,
that's my birthday."
Yeah, there it is. Look, 2-0-1. All right, here we go. On to the next one. Y'all ready? Let's see if Derrick can catch up.
I'm not.
I don't know.
I love a game.
Watch this. Take it from a man that loves what you got, and baby girl, you're a star. Don't let him tell you you're not.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They cool.
Finally, right?
Oh God, that was
Boy, if he got that wrong, I would have been like, ooh,
Show's
Derrick.
over. He's clearly not in his right mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, team. And it's just me. Come
So
on,
that's
team.
two.
You gotta...
That's okay. So here's the updated score. We got 2, 1, and 1. All right. So far, Janean's up 1 point. We got 2 more to go, and that will determine who wins, who loses, unless we got to do a tiebreaker. So here we go. Here we go. Even the genius asks his questions.
Kanye.
Right, Kanye.
Incorrect.
Wait, okay. Dwayne, that could literally be anybody. Right, that could literally be anybody.
I need more.
Wale, I don't know.
Look, don't blame me, y'all. This is the caption. I'm just reading what is quoted here.
I have no clue who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Wait, are you gonna give us hint? No,
I can give you a hint. I can give you a hint.
Let's go hints.
This person was one of the shirts I wore not too long ago.
Jesus, man.
When you have had everybody on your shirt.
Yeah,
right.
Tupac.
Derrick.
Pac.
Derrick, you got it.
Oh.
It was Tupac. Ladies and gentlemen, that line was Tupac from Me Against the World, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
All right. So that is now a tie game on top of a tie. So this would be essentially the tiebreaker. This would be the tiebreaker. So who can we go?
Come back like Steph Curry now.
Right.
Okay. He's like, come back like Steph Curry. Okay. Let's see. Let me find one that's Let's see. Oh, this might be a good. Nope. That ain't good.
I have a horrible track record with these type of games on these shows.
Huh?
This might be a good one. Nah, that's too easy. I can't do that one. Never mind what the haters say, know them till they fade away.
Just gonna start throwing out names. Is it Kanye?
It is not.
Okay. No matter what the haters. Wait.
no matter what the haters say, they ignore them till they fade away.
Oh,
Lifeline hint, please.
it's like, yeah,
That would be too easy if I gave the hint.
because I know it.
Right. I
know
know
that.
hmm. Hmm. Okay, I have a hint. The person that was featured on this very song is currently pregnant.
Who the fuck is pregnant?
Come on.
Rihanna's pregnant.
Rihanna. Okay, Rihanna's pregnant. Ti.
God damn. Hey! Yo, ladies and gentlemen, our winner by a margin.
Should have said that because
by a slight margin.
I knew I had that lyric too because oh my god, man. I just needed to work back.
That was all good. Look, that was all good. Listen, hey, that was fun, right?
Hey, congratulations.
Was that not fun? Congratulations.
That was fun. We should do that more often.
Fun. We will do that again.
I win a champ box.
Yes. Look.
Tribal print.
So y'all, we're gonna do that more often on the show called Name That Lyric, and we just gonna quote random lyrics from some of the great. It could be R&B, it could be hip hop, whatever it be. We just gonna create it, and I want to see who is able to get it first. All right. So if y'all like that, John, y'all let us know how y'all feel about it. We definitely gonna bring that one back some more. So real quick before we get into our main topic of discussion, I got a shout out. Of course, as you know, this is our history portion, and I got to shout out two dope anniversary projects, compliments of the OTS Media Co. Instagram page. Make sure y'all following it for the daily updates and feeds that they always giving y'all. So, first things first, Janean, you should love the anniversary of this album since it falls right into your birthday week. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 years ago, Cardi B dropped Invasion of Privacy, ladies and gentlemen. It has been 4 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we haven't gotten an album since. But still,
I don't know that we will. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think every track on that album went platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the only time that's ever happened, if I'm not mistaken, or at least for a female rapper. I don't know. I think that's one of those like one and done type of things. Like she might just be doing features, because like
features and singles.
Her features and singles have been killing it since then too.
Mm-hmm.
So that might just be it. Because again, we talked about this before, but it seems like artists are moving toward doing that more so now. That's what a lot of people. That's how they listen to their music. They don't listen to a whole album that much anymore. It's just tracks, which sucks. But that's what a lot of people like to do. So I think that's, if I had to guess or make a bet, that's what I'm betting that Cardi's going to end up doing.
I love it. Well, did you guys have a particular favorite single or song from that album?
Well, I feel like I gotta go look at the track list because, like, I know, I like it like that. I know that for sure.
Had the classic Bodak Yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Money bag.
I like Money Bag. Honestly, every song on there rides, which is why they all went platinum.
Yeah. This whole album was really good. I thought it was actually underrated.
Yeah. Crazy, man. That was crazy. Oh gosh, what was the slow one that she said that people wouldn't want to shoot? Not Try Me. I almost said it was Try Me. It was like a warning kind of song. It was a love song.
Oh, Be Careful.
The one with Kalani. Oh yeah, Be Careful.
Yeah.
That was pretty slept on too.
Yeah. No, I, I
Yeah.
I thought it was a great album. I would like to hear another one from her, but if we don't get one, I'm good with it. I think
She's
just those anthems that she comes out with now is pretty much it.
she's almost like, as crazy as it sounds, she's almost like our female Andre.
Oh,
Almost. Almost. Not quite. But
I
if you think about
see
the
where
high
you're
demand,
going. I see where you're going with it. Mm,
not saying she's as great, but
That's
more
just
so,
heavy. That's a
that's real
heavy
heavy.
it is heavy. But if you
comparison.
think
Yeah.
about it in terms of high demand and what we're getting now, this is exactly what happened with Andre. Love Below came out. It was teased the solo album from Andre would come that we never got. We got a bunch of features, a whole bunch of features that were just killer and memorable. And then just
I think. How many awards did she get for that album though?
Stupid amount.
I see where you're going with this. It's hard for me to say yeah, but I see where you're going with it. Um, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to think on that one a little more. That's interesting.
Hey,
I never. That's an interesting.
sometimes it just comes off the head, and that's just one of those thoughts that came to mind.
Yeah.
One album. Speaking of having gotten an album since, that leads us to our next anniversary album that we're celebrating. Compliments of the OTS Media Co page. Another album that's celebrating just a year more than what Invasion of Privacy celebrated. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than, well, Derrick, I'm gonna let you say it.
Damn. I should say.
go.
I should say like Ron Simmons. Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Damn was released 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And we have not gotten the Kendrick project since.
That is technically not true.
Well, if you count Black Panther, sure.
Well, I'm not even counting. Oh, you count that as well. But Damn was 2 albums in one, which is I think the reason why he hasn't been rushing to do another project. It's 2 different stories. Creatively, to me, that's probably one of the best things, best projects that's been out, maybe within this generation of artists, just in terms of a concept for an album. He basically released a double album, and it sounds completely different when you listen to it in reverse. It sounds totally different. But again, we're talking about an artist that likes to have complete stories. Like I think that's also the difference between like someone like Kendrick and someone like Cardi. Cardi releases party music, stuff you hear in the strip club or whatnot, which is perfectly fine. But she doesn't tell stories, like complete stories with the whole album, right? At least not with that one. She didn't tell a whole like an actual, tale that you can almost write a movie to, right? That's what Kendrick did with this album. If he shot, I'm willing to say if he shot a music video for every film, I mean for every song, that could have been a short film, and would have been 2 in 1. You see what I'm saying? Like that's just a great concept. So I think that's the reason why we haven't heard anything from him in terms of an album yet. But I think he's coming. He's got one more that he has to release on TDE. Like that's it. So
we'll see.
One's coming at some point.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We shall see. Any favorites from this before I move on?
DNA.
DNA.
And remember when like Humble came out, like women were in an uproar.
The visual.
Why were they in an uproar though? I don't get that.
Because he was like,
Probably the
bitch, be
stretch
humble.
mark. Yeah, and then
and the stretch marks thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the stretch mark. Okay. All right.
I know.
Should I leave it alone or should
and then the
no,
Photoshop.
let's go. They were already there now.
I'm so tired of the mother can Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like
that too.
There have been women that have, said, that they want to be they want to be accepted in their natural form, right? And if you have an artist, like we've always heard in rap, the glorification of I shouldn't even say glorification, but the imagery of women has been more so in a way where you're only talking about specific body parts, right? And that's it. So if someone is saying they want you in your natural form, especially if it's not makeup and enhancements and whatnot, if he's saying he just wants you how you are, why is that bad?
Because then we get into the conversation of a man shouldn't have an opinion on what a woman does with her body and with her which is thinking too deep into it. But I think that's the overall, like, as a man, you shouldn't have any say so on if I decide to be natural, or if I decide to do weaves, if I decide to wear makeup, if I decide to not, if I want to get my body done, if I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that conversation.
But if he said, like, okay, I don't even think, I think the lyric to me, and this is me speaking as a man, so you take it for what it is. No, take it for how you want to take it. But I more so heard that as like, I want to see that. Not saying that you have to be in that state all the time, but I want to see that. Women tell men all the time, how they want to see us. Whether it's, growing a beard out, bulking up, muscles and stuff like that. Like,
grow out the hair, cut the hair,
cut it. Like, I mean, it can't. Come on now.
Wearing a suit, wearing a uniform.
like what? Why is that? Why is it so bad to say, "Hey, I want to see you in your natural state"?
We've gotten to a point where people aren't allowed to have preferences anymore. Like, if
Which
you
is
just
annoying.
speak on what your preference is, oh, now everyone who doesn't fit that preference feels attacked and you don't love women, which is not the case. But that's where we are.
Yeah, you like what you like, man. You like what you like. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look. Anytime I'm in a relationship or whatever, I'll let you know. The eyelashes that come out like this, I don't. Yours don't look as extreme as what I've seen. That looks more natural than what I've seen. I've seen women who literally, like, their eyelashes, like, I can't do that, man. I can't do
like
it.
A whole claw coming out your face.
that doesn't I can't do that. So I'm not to say you can't wear eyelash extensions, but that, nah. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it,
I mean, shoot, what if we wore extensions?
Y'all are now, not y'all personally, but y'all are now.
Yeah.
And I need women to keep that same energy, because if it's okay for us to put on a lace front, you know what I mean? Hey. Man should be able to take his off and put it on the dresser too.
Hey,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? Toupee, shawty.
If I don't feel like actually, doing the maintenance and work on getting waves, and I just want to put something on, I should be able to do that without ridicule.
Legit.
In theory.
But you want to see me with my bald head, right? So
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
real
know.
talk.
I don't know.
Kind of makes me think of Proud Family with the whole makeup boy thing. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
remember watching the review and they were talking about. They were like, "No, like real talk. That is a real thing. Like there's guys
Yeah.
out here really wearing makeup and they looking cute as what, or handsome as what. Like you go up to them, you like, man, no lie, no homo. You are like really handsome dude because you got all this glam going on. Like
Mm,
what the freak? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It may be
Yeah.
weird to us who are a little old school with it. It's like, heck no, but that's the thing. So hey, keep the same energy. Yeah, hey, it's
Oh,
that kind
man.
of world.
Yeah.
Well, ladies
I
and
hope
gentlemen,
Kendrick comes out with something soon though.
hey, I'm with it. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this version of musical Venus and Mars. That being said, let's get on down into the nitty gritty, man. Our main topic of this evening, y'all. Dog, Hillsong, Hillsong, Hillsong. The infamous contemporary Christian group. To the contemporary listeners out there, um, shoot, they've had a couple numbers that I was like, man, shoot, that hit. I'm not gonna lie, that hit pretty good. But
Mm.
wow, they they've been under a major telescope as of late, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already heard or seen the special, um, Discovery Plus made a three-part docu-series called Hillsong, a mega church exposed. And episode number one is exactly why we had to bring this into the fray, because the music end of things was exposed into what it was really about and
Mm.
what it led to and why Hillsong is exactly spread across worldwide the way that it is. So I open up the floor to my crew right now and I ask y'all, how did this make you feel finding out some of these things that were going on in the Hillsong uh, aspect of things?
There was a lot of different things. Like, so if we're talking specifically about the music part of it and how the church was able to become like really like a major music industry player with their albums and how they brought people in because of their contemporary music, and how they said like it started off sounding like a YouTube concert and now it sounds like a Coldplay concert. Like they make
Mm-hmm.
music that's going to draw the attention of like a younger crowd or just like a person who maybe normally wouldn't come to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you all feel was exposed? Because maybe I missed something.
The
Huh.
the the emotional aspect that music has. I
Yeah.
think that's one thing that because I had to say when I was like maybe like 18, 19 years old, I actually had this conversation with someone when I was going to church. um a guy that was there, and he was talking about the emotionalism of praise and worship.
Yeah.
And before he said that, I had never really thought about it, but the music is written in a way to get you to go through these
Mm-hmm.
like motions, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
like toward the end you hit this climax, and everything you like, it's crazy how many people you would see actually crying over just hearing a song like that, right? And I think that it's an interesting dynamic, because that is something that different churches, I can only speak to my experience with
Mm-hmm.
church, but the more emotional songs like that are played closer to the time when it's time to give money, when it's time to tithe. And so you are led by the spirit to give. You are led by the spirit to give money, and then also there are times where it's played where to give of your time and stuff like that. Uh it is a brainwashing. It is a brainwashing, and I think that that's something that to me was exposed on the grander scale, because that's one of the reasons why I actually left.
So it's kind of those things, and then it's also kind of the aspect of like the business end of things, right? Where you
Hmm.
say, like true church technically should be illegal. Like if we're talking
Hmm.
like what church really is for, what it's really about, and if you're going off like biblical terms of things, like in
Hmm.
how Jesus actually operated and how he was like crucified for those things, like you know, because it even talks about that like on the you know, the revelations and the things of like how, you know, at some point church is going to be kind of like to that point where it's like banished, the legal kind of thing, and like you have to operate underground kind of deal to like if it's something like you truly like you're truly in the right heart and chasing after Jesus like that. Like it's one of those things like as the world comes to its end, just, you know, depending on how you want to, you know, where you are, you know what I'm saying, where your beliefs are with everything. But it's like obviously when you have churches everywhere, I mean, it to me it exposed some things in terms of like how there are literally churches everywhere. And in a place like the USA, given how the USA was the last destination they wanted to hit, they were everywhere else, but the USA, we got to get there. That's the goal. Why is the USA the goal? Well, because it's America, you know, big bully America, you know, big glorified America. Everybody wants to be in America if you think about it. You know, everybody wants to come here. Everybody wants to be here. Over millions of people in the North American side of things, right? But like think about how it's America's like governized and everything like that. Like they got to get theirs too. And church is a nonprofit, but yet still the government gets Uncle Sam gets his way in there to be like, hey, yeah, I know you're nonprofit, but yeah, hey, where them
Yeah,
funds
they
been
gonna do
coming
that.
from? You know, like so it's kind of one of those things where like true church to me has to be illegal when it gets to the point where they're separating themselves. Like we're no longer in this like for money. We're in this for like our actual faith. But you probably won't get a lot of that because of the fact that money's this thing making the world go round, as they say. And then especially in America where it's just like Uncle Sam, hey, pay your taxes. And there's all these different versions of taxes, you know, these 1095s, these 1099s, these XYZs, where it's like either way, you either got to write it off, so you ain't got to pay, or you got to cough it right up to Uncle Sam so the government keeps getting his money fed and all kind of ways. Like it just comes off that, but also in what Derrick was saying, like I agree as far as the subliminal messaging, but it's funny because it's not even just church. Like as a musician and an artist, that just shows how powerful music is, period.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because of the fact that, and not even just lyrically, music in general, like the
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
sound of music.
Hmm.
The fact that a chord in the right key can make you feel
Mm-hmm.
emotionally sad enough. And then you're, you know, as they mentioned, you have one person saying, like, are you in the spirit? Or are you in the spirit because of the chords being played? Like, what are you feeling? Now, me, if you grew up in the black church like I did, and I know Derrick did too, but two different black churches here. You guys, you know, bigger. I'm talking about like the sub level, medium, smaller black churches.
Oh, it started small though. I was there when it was small.
Yeah, but see, my
Then it
churches
grew.
didn't grow big like
Yeah,
yours though. Mine's
yeah,
are still
yeah,
small and like medium.
yeah.
So I mean, like them churches, right? If you grew up in a black church, then you know that there was a thing where they said a lot of times you knew the music was not working in church, y'all, where something wasn't right with the sound, or it just was a weird situation where oh Lord, the devil trying to mess with us. But you know what? That's all right. We're gonna take it old school. We still gonna praise God up in here. We're gonna take it back to our days, old school. We ain't had no music. We just had our hands and our feet, and they start stomping and clapping. To me, growing up in that environment, I'm like, well, I guess that's the difference in what I feel, because I can feel worship whether there's music or not. Like in terms of when I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. But like I could understand that concept, seeing that, because to someone that's casual or someone that is, as they mentioned, just being drugged to church by their friend that isn't the church going type, but they're like, yeah, no, this is just a concert. You just come here, you listen to some music, hear a nice little sermon, and then, you're out of there. Like, oh, this is easy. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Now you just put that image in their head, and now it's like millions of people, like you said, that brainwash mentality. So it's subliminal music in general, man. Like even in secular worlds, the fact that when we listen to a 3-6 Mafia, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, how quick are we to sit there and say, bro, I feel like tearing something up right now. I feel like punching holes through a wall, throwing chairs at folks. Let's go. Like you amped, because the chords in the music mixed with the ampness of the hooks and the vocals all put you in that angry atmosphere. R&B is putting you in that sexual atmosphere because you know why you playing it. You know it's about to go down.
As a kid, though, you listen to that. Remember, our very first episode, we talked about R&B and how we were kids and would feel emotional. Like, I don't know what the hell love is. Like,
right. See, exactly.
I feel like I've been in a breakup, right? So, I was like practicing for a breakup.
Practicing, exactly.
For adulthood,
yeah. So, but I like on the side of a mega church, though, it's taken to another level, because not only are those chords being played, but the setting is the atmosphere is set, and they would actually say that, we're going to set the atmosphere, right? And lights will turn dim, like especially in a
welcoming
bigger
God into the
especially like in a bigger building or bigger sanctuary, right? You have different sections of lights, and you can turn different sections off, and just like it's the audience that's turned off, but the stage is still lit, and it makes it feel where you're not being looked at, so you get more in this comfortable setting, to where when you hear that, now it's your mind is on just on the music, and you have to close your eyes, right? And you have to just listen to the music, and it really puts you in that mood, to where now you're sitting there and you're just like boo-hoo crying. You are, and you feel chills and everything, right? It's I stopped partaking, like even when I was still there, before I left church, I would say maybe a year and a half before I left, praise and worship, I would literally just stand there. I would not participate.
Me neither. I felt awkward.
Well, see, my reason, because I was more so rebelling, right? I wanted to make sure, I wanted to check it and see, okay, if I don't participate, am I going to feel this? Right? I still felt the chills, but it wasn't like I was sitting, I'm studying everybody. I'm like the worship leaders, right? The people in the audience, everyone around you. They have dancers and stuff like that too. Like that kind of puts you into the mood, right? So it's like it's everything together. Now this is Hillsong. I don't know if they had that in terms of the dancers and stuff like that, right? Because that's more of a black thing. But the
praise dancers is definitely a black church thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was
100%.
But they're up there dancing in their way on stage, and I think with this first episode, that showcased a lot in terms of how they utilize music to draw
Mhm.
you in. That was bait. That was bait because again, what it is to brainwash and make you do what they want you to do, right?
Mhm.
Like again, the timing of playing the music.
Yeah.
Like they start off with the more upbeat,
Mhm.
and then the more songs, it's
It
it's
gets
more
in. It
mellow. It's more
gets more.
mellow.
Yeah.
They get you amped up and then bring you down. And once it's the further the further down you get in the mood, it makes you kind of just like want to just get into that into whatever they're doing,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting. The
Go
science
It
behind
ahead.
music
is.
is interesting.
Yeah, because Janine, I was going to bring this up to you before you say what you say. Think about those emo days. Think
Mm-hmm.
about them emo days. Think about how them emo rock songs will get you very depressed very quickly.
No, that's the thing. I think that that's why I'm a little skeptical and I don't feel bad, right? Because I mean, I don't. I feel like praise and worship is exactly what that's supposed to be. Like it's supposed
Mhm.
to be this emotional moment, and it's like, let's keep it a bug. Music is how we are able to digest information a little bit easier. Like think about
Mhm.
like a Nipsey song and how he's like feeding you info, but it's easy to digest because it's over a dope beat or because I
Mhm.
could sing along to it. I think the genius, and who's to say God didn't put those chords inside of the person's head to make it happen. I think that words are important.
Mhm.
So the mixture of the words, us praising God, us worshiping God along with the chords, it does have an emotional effect on people. Do I think
Mhm.
it's brainwashing? I don't know, because I don't care how many praise and worship songs I done sat through. You're not getting more than this little dollar inside of the offering. Like I'm sorry,
Yeah,
like I'm not
yeah,
moved. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that there's certain people, I don't want to call them weak minded, but who are lost or they're looking for something or they're trying to find a way where they're going to
Mhm.
get bamboozled into doing some bullshit, regardless if it's church, regardless if
Mhm.
it's a spiritual
Mhm.
retreat. Like it is what it is. And then as far as them being a mega church, like my idea is why do we have this assumption that pastors are supposed to live like a humble poor life? You know what I'm saying? Like if I am giving up my corporate job, if I'm only supposed to do church and I'm doing a good job at it, why should I not be paid for that? Or why should I not be? I know that there are some crooked ones, so I'm just saying as a whole.
No,
I
that's a good. It's a good point. It's a good point. Go ahead, Derek. I want you to get.
I so I okay. I'm not gonna say the name of the church that I went to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I worked in the finance department for a little while, right? My
Mm-hmm.
parents worked in the finance department for years, right? I kind of know the behind the scenes of that church. Not kind of, I do. In terms up until when now I don't. But um the thing about the money aspect, or in terms of you talking about like with the pastors, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to write off so much. It's not even it's not even having an issue with ministers making a living off of it. To me, it's the abuse of it, right?
Okay.
So I think that's the difference for it.
Mm-hmm.
There are ministers that I know that lease every vehicle they have through the church. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They don't pay any taxes on that. That's technically
Mm-hmm.
not even coming out of their pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out of the pockets of people that attend that church
Mm-hmm.
that get the lease, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get houses as well. Um, so it's not even the fact that getting your salary off of the church is an issue. It's what you're doing with it and how you're treating your people. Okay, so in terms of like TD Jakes, for example,
Mhm.
he makes the majority of his money from what I've been told, and how I've seen things with him. I don't know how the church is actually set up, but the majority of his money that he makes is from the movies and books, right?
Mhm.
That he works on, or the conferences and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
another aspect with mega churches conferences. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
um, to from what I've seen, that's how he makes the majority of his money. Now, in terms of the percentage that he gets from actual tithes and offerings, I don't know. I can't talk about that. But when you have people in your church that need something, and we saw that with this docu series of how people needed, you know, like one lady I think said that she uh she paid for her tuition for Hillsong's college from her dad's some some uh some account, something like that, that he got as being a veteran. I forgot what she said it was called, but the apparently the check was for her, right? And she was going to use part of it for tuition. They took all the check and was going to, they were going to divvy it up for her in terms of like her living, all that stuff, like just for her to be able to stay there for the 4 years or something like that. And she never got the money. That's like, it's one thing for you to make your money off of, you know, the work you do, but when you make your money in a way that it's it's basically a contradiction to what you're preaching, right? You're cheating people out of a lot that come to your church, and you don't care. Like, you don't care how you're treating them. That's when I think it goes to that point of no return. It's okay for you to make money off of your work. That's why I don't have a problem with that. But when you're doing it to almost like the detriment of the people that are coming to your church, that's another thing. And the music is intertwined with that. It's intertwined with it, because again, you're able to get people to pay more, especially when you play a song. And this is another aspect of it too, that I'm not even sure they didn't even discover. They didn't talk about this on the docu series. But when it's time for tithes and offerings, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least where I went, they played a song. They would play one of those slow songs, and you would feel the spirit, right? And that's as you write, like if you wrote checks or if you fill out your debit card or whatever, like it's filling out that tithing envelope, right? And you're putting the money in, or you're putting your account information on to say how much to that you want to be charged or whatnot. Like, it's strategic.
And
It's
see,
very
now
strategic.
that's where, that's where I kind of agree with Janine in terms of, it's weird how like all these churches are so different,
Mm-hmm,
because again, as the person that grew up in the black church that isn't the mega church,
mm-hmm,
you know, a lot of times, a lot of the churches I went to, every church did it differently. Some of them did do it at the end, but most of them did it in the beginning. Like, you would have generally how the recipe would go, or I guess the scheduling or whatever, however you want to put it.
mm-hmm,
You get your greetings. Everybody's setting up. Musicians are playing what they play, and so, like, of course, you got your deacon or somebody that's getting everybody in, like in praying mode, XYZ. Um, Praise and worship team gets up, they'll do their thing, Maybe the choir, if they have a choir, they do their selection or two, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then at that point, announcements will come, just letting you know what's going on in the church, what's coming up, things like that. Then the offering part would come, and then it's back to the music, but it wouldn't be slow music. It'd be right back. It may be a slow song in terms of if it just depended on whatever the music director wanted to do. If the choir wanted to give you a slow number, they'd give you one. If they wanted to give you a fast number, they give you one, but it wasn't strategically placed like, hey, make sure you play a slow one, because again, the offering already happened at this point. So that would be one of those things where it already happened. The music, praise and worship team, whatever it was, would come back up, do something else, and then you got your pastor getting ready to go into the message, and that was usually it. Or sometimes, again, there would be a format. Every black church I went to was different, because some of them probably would do the offering at the very, very end of things, where like you got your praise and worship, you got your message. Yeah, it'd be like right after the message, you know, the message that happened.
Yeah.
But and of course, yeah, you would get the slow chords, but it would be more like the slow chords of just preparing what was the hard hitting point of the entire message, to let you know, like, hey, this is it. Once offering in the black churches I grew up came around, it was always upbeat music. Like you were happy that you were giving, because the people I was raised around were showing you like, hey, be happy to give, like be a cheerful giver, because literally biblically it's saying be a cheerful giver. Like don't be, like, you know what I'm saying, be cheerful about it.
But see, that's a part of it though. It to me, it's not whether it's slow or upbeat. If it's slow, it's playing more so on the emotional aspect of it. If it's upbeat, it's like what they said in the docuseries. We get to do this, right? That's how it would. That's how I would always see it. Like it was one of those things that where you're saying like be a cheerful giver, right? They if even if it was a fast paced song, that's what they would say too. To me, it's all manipulation.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
If
to
you're
me.
easily, if you're easily,
Yeah, if you're easily manipulated, because I definitely felt I mean, to me, it's a heart thing, in terms of giving for me. It's always a heart thing, even with someone who does music and knows how subliminal it is. I've had those moments, Derrick, where I've done like, oh, let me see this, or I purposely just didn't give, you know what I'm saying? And I knew I would feel bad, because that's just my heart feeling bad, because I know God, like, hey, look, I'm struggling right now, God. I want to give this, but I ain't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? Or if I had it, it was no problem. I was like, shoot, if I felt like giving a lot, I gave a lot because I wanted to, not because I was persuaded to in a way. It's just because I really felt in my heart, because my heart is lined up. You know what I'm saying? So
Let me ask you
I
this
can
though.
understand.
Let me ask you this. Similar to what they were saying with the music in this docuseries, though,
Yeah.
was it that you wanted to give because you wanted to give, or because you felt,
you've been taught you're supposed to.
yeah, more so compelled to give as well? Like, was it something that because I know for me that's how it was for the longest time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually, for what you just said in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like, um I don't have it like that to give the
Mm-hmm.
10% that you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where I wasn't making I wasn't making a lot of money, and I would still give it. And then I'm like, you know what? At some point I said, no, I'm just not. Because to me, the principle of tithing is sacrifice, right? I can
Yeah.
sacrifice in multiple ways.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not going to sacrifice for my money, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I've already seen the behind the scenes. Grew
Well,
up in
no,
it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, I'm going to do what I feel more so compelled to, like, to do in the service of God,
Right. Right.
right? I was like sacrificing with my talents instead of my
Mm-hmm.
money, right?
And there's nothing that, actually, the funny thing is, because of where your heart is, that's where that doesn't get talked about enough because I was
Mm,
fortunate enough to have teachers around me that said like, hey, it's not always a money thing when it comes to this. Like you can sacrifice your time. You can
mm-hmm.
sacrifice in another way. Like even if you're not giving your money to the church, let's say you decided to just go throw a party for the homeless on your own right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say you paid for somebody's groceries just because you had it like
Right,
that and you
right,
were like, you know what?
right.
Pay for my groceries. And that like today, I was in a Dollar Tree just getting a couple of things just for work to snack on. And this lady paid for me and the lady in front of me because she's like, go ahead. Like she was getting her stuff, grabbed our stuff, and was like, yeah, they look like they're in a rush. Go ahead and grab their stuff too. I'm like, whoa, okay. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just acts like that to me is where it's like that's the real tithing and giving,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But I get it, like that doesn't mean I won't also turn around and give it in a church too. But a lot of times it just
Mm-hmm.
depends on what the vibe is that I might get or where, again, because to answer your question, it really is a heart thing for me. Like it's a heart
Mm-hmm.
thing. If I don't got it, I don't got it. But in my heart, I'm still giving because I'm like, God, I know you know I'm gonna give in some kind of other way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know I'm gonna sit here and help set up or break down because I
Right.
don't have it to get. Or you know I'm gonna turn around and as soon as I get it, I'm gonna take care of somebody, whether it's buying lunch for somebody or
Mm-hmm.
cash apping somebody randomly, like, hey, just want to give you this just to give it to you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Pump somebody's
Yeah.
gas, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, there's so
Yeah.
many different ways of doing this, but this does kind of open eyes to some people. Um, I just pray really for people who that it doesn't turn them away, but if it does turn them away, let them understand deeper understanding from God, like, hey, it's not always about the money when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I brought that Uncle Sam factor in it. I
Mm-hmm.
think because of the fact that church is so legalized, I can't speak for other freaking nations and all that out there. Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, some countries church is illegal already.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, we're blessed to have it, but at the same time, are we really to some degree? Because we know government is still tied into whatever church does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of them, especially mega ones, right? Or whatever. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's one of those things where it's like, man, again, not every church is crooked, but there are some crooked ones out there. And I'm a firm believer that God's exposing the ones that are meant to be exposed. Maybe Hillsong has been doing some things crookedly that
Oh,
needed to
they
get exposed.
definitely have.
Yeah,
They definitely have.
from that, yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. The
But
guy, the CEO, which is weird to say that about a church, but
mhm,
the CEO just stepped down like last month over all these allegations. Like, if for people that don't even really know what Hillsong is, Hillsong is a machine. Like, they're a church, but they're a
mhm,
machine. And
right,
and this is also the church uh 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 that was in New York. This is one of their
mhm,
branches, but
mhm,
the one that Justin Bieber went to, that he was attached to that guy Carl Lentz. And we've
mhm,
all seen pictures of Justin Bieber walking around with a
mhm,
shirtless Carl Lentz,
mhm.
which
Yeah,
which
with the
was,
with the with the print. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, which is weird, but I, this is known as a celebrity church, and this is the only one that was like that big, right? So I
yeah,
think even for the mega church itself, this is on a different level,
yeah,
because the one that I went to, celebrities came there all the time. I've walked past Tyler Perry and all that. Like, I've sat like the row across from Dallas Austin, and like,
mhm,
there's it's been a lot of people that I've seen in there, but
mhm,
also politicians. But and the thing about it is that these mega churches, I
mhm,
think their ability to um get what they want
mhm,
monetarily
mhm.
is a different it's on a different level than you would see on a for a small church. It
I,
definitely is on a different level.
I totally agree. I mean, I can speak like you when I say my first introduction to a mega church was actually when I moved back to Atlanta. Me and Janine actually both attended this church.
Which one
She's
did y'all go
smiling
to?
because she knows.
Because that
Because
1990s R&B star became our head like choir person.
choir person, yeah. We won't
Yeah.
say the name of that church, but
Yeah.
Derrick kind of has an idea of who we're
Okay.
talking about here.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah, just to showcase the fact that that church, you know, I never once started to think crooked about it. I mean, honestly, some would call that a medium church more so than a mega church, even though they are widespread in terms of they've got other locations outside of the main location we know about. They have other branches, but I mean, compared to maybe a Creflo Dollar Church or a New Birth, like this church may not necessarily be completely known as a mega church, but it's still international, and a lot of high name people go to this church. And so, all that being said, that's just enough to just say, like, I agree. But it's funny because celebs need their church too, obviously, right? So it's like, what can you say about some of them churches that? Because I was actually speaking with that when I was just wondering. I was like, you know, celebrities got to have a church too at times, and I'm like, you won't really see them go to a medium to small church because, you know, people gonna kind of bum rush them almost. Now, a former athlete might be different. That might be a different story. You may see a former athlete go to a medium to smaller church, maybe, but like somebody with like a high status, of course they're gonna go to a mega church, right? Like you wouldn't see them at the local neighborhood church that's probably average maybe 100 members or less. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see them at the one with 2,000 plus, you know, 3,000 plus, you know, and you're like, well, of course, you know, look at their status, right? So it's kind of one of those things where again, it just, you know, as Janine, you could tell from the nods, like it just goes so like we know that every mega church can't be in the crooked eye, but at the same time, we know there's some out there that are, and I think they're just getting exposed more and more. And my prayer is that they just, as they're getting exposed, man, somebody comes in like in a New Birth situation and turns it around, because we saw how that went for New Birth. It took a long time for New Birth to recover from that, man. That Eddie Long situation was wild. Yeah, finding that out was like, what? No, not Eddie Long, bro. Like, what?
But see, even with that, go ahead, Jenny.
Go ahead, Janine.
We were probably gonna say the same thing because, like, I just feel like, why do we put like the same way we talk about like singers, artists, rappers, like why are you putting these people up on a pedestal? It's almost a situation where you're praising or coming to church for the pastor versus for the message, which is what you're supposed to be there for. So now you've put in the pastor on this pedestal who is a human and who is man and who is prone to temptations and errors and sins just like everybody else. And somehow, because they slipped up majorly in some cases, now the church is exposed and the church is terrible. Like you put your faith in a man when that's not what you were supposed to be there doing in the first place.
Exactly. Yo, there was a mass exodus to my former church when that happened. I'm talking about like the majority of those people came over there.
And see, that's crazy because I actually, going back to what Janine said about the pedestal side of things, I actually know somebody that has not been the same since, because they did exactly that.
They were wrecked.
They were like an Eddie Long pedestal person.
Yeah.
Like it was to the point where, they were going to church, but were they really going for God? No, I think they were likely going for Eddie Long and what he brought.
Yeah.
And they were an Eddie Long goer. And when that happened, that person just spun out. They have never been the same since. And it just goes to show, you're right. That's another thing about these, man. You got to check your heart at the door, man. Like, just understand at the end of the day, people are human. From Carl Lentz with this Hillsong stuff, even to the the Brian individual that is the, I guess, founder of, or one of the founders of Hillsong, like they're people. You know what I mean? The devil can use people just as much as God can. So it's
here's the thing though about that.
Yeah.
While that's true, I'm not putting this on the devil or God. There's something that's within these type of people that don't care. They don't care about the people that are a part of their ministry, right?
Yeah.
All they care about is the bottom line. And that's okay in the corporate world. That's perfectly fine. Like there's no emotionalism that's tied into that. You're not really able to manipulate or brainwash people in the corporate world into, like, basically like giving their lives.
Are.
No, I'm saying
I'm
in
say
terms
you
of
are,
like
but
giving,
not like that. Yeah.
not into like giving your free time. I you know how many days I spent up at the church? And I'm talking about this church that I went to was 45 minutes one way from me. I lived in McDonough. This was west. Okay. Okay. I was the only days I was not there were probably a Friday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are probably the only days I really wasn't there up there consistently. Right. But then there'd be times where I'd be up there almost every day, not getting paid for anything that I was doing. Right. And
that's another thing that they do.
That's what they do. That's what they talked about in this. Like they want you to, and they were proud of this. They're proud of this. A church that makes so much money off of their music, right? Because that's basically what we're talking about anyway. They're making this stupid amount of money off of their music and not paying these people that are giving their entire week to this church, working a full-time schedule at this church. That's 40 hours minimum that they are at this church. 40 hours a week minimum. They're like, these guys are probably working almost like 50 to 60 hours at most clips, and you're not even paying them for that. You know what I'm saying? So
labeling it as voluntary
work for God. It's a sacrifice unto God, right? And my whole thing about that is I can't blame that on God, and I can't blame that on the devil.
No, that's fair. That is fair. You're
legitimately manipulating people through your music. You know what I'm saying? And get like the very thing that they claimed the Illuminati was doing with Rock Nation and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Go figure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that one is a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole different conversation.
But no, ultimately, great points tonight, guys. At the end of the day, this was one of those things where it's deep and it's a learning lesson for a lot of things. This is not to expose faith. There's no crime in what your faith is in anything, regardless of what you believe, how you believe it. It's just, as Derrick mentioned, it's showing that people at the end of the day work in really weird manipulative ways to get the almighty dollar, if you will, or do these different things. And that's in anything from church to work to corporations, or however you want to look at it. It goes back to that money, root of all evil kind of thing sometimes, where it can, when you're too obsessed with it, it can really, do some things to destroy people, and people won't care because they're getting the money at the end of the day with it. But at the end of the day, man, we could be all night in different ways digesting this and dissecting it, but like all good things, everything comes to an end, and even this is draining. So anything we can end this on a high, a lightful note with y'all before we get out of here? Like, what's a light note we can end this on in a good way? We mentioned our sponsorship,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What you got
Fans is
for him,
coming.
Derrick?
Fans is coming back.
Woo!
Woo! All
Yeah,
right.
and
Matchups.
yeah, and honestly, people, if you want to be a contestant on this show, if you have a matchup that you would like to do, please just email us, like we said before.
Mhm.
The tagging isn't going to really get you anywhere. It just send us an email.
Mhm.
PTA music at OTS guys. No, not OTS guys. OTSmediaco.com. Jesus.
Oh Lord,
Flashback.
the old email can't flashback. You know what I'm saying? Lord Jesus.
Oh God. Well, that's because
Thank you,
I'm
Janine.
because you got me thinking back on things anyway. So that's why
Yeah,
that happened.
I love it. I love it. No, I love it.
But
I love
yeah,
it.
yeah. Email us. Let us know what you guys want to do matchup wise, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. There's a lot of matchups that we want to do now. But it's not just music. You can do matchups with sports highlights as well. And that's one that we are glad to actually add to it. So the show is getting a fresh makeover. It's getting a fresh makeover. So if you are a fan, hit us up.
Y'all already know, man. Y'all know what to do. Queen Janine, birthday girl, Miss Aries season. What's the final note you got for the people, especially in this new chapter, this new age? How you feeling? Like, what you got to say on a light note right now?
On a light note, Rihanna is the sexiest pregnant woman alive, and she looks amazing throughout her whole pregnancy. And her pink ensemble made me want to have another baby, and that's it. Thank you.
Hey, I love it. I love. Speaking of which, I heard a little rumor from a birdie. Is this true? What I heard about ASAP Rocky people?
What?
What?
So I heard he cheated on Rihanna.
Nigga.
While she,
Son,
Nigga.
if
Hold
Beyonce
up.
can get cheated on, if Rihanna can get cheated on, there's no hope for us
Yo.
regular women. What more do you want? What more do you want?
I'm so
Hold on.
serious.
Hold
I
on.
don't know
Hold
how
on.
true. I don't know how true this is, people. Somebody look it up. Tell me if this is a lie, if this is a rumor. But I heard
It better be a
today
rumor.
that ASAP Rocky officially cheated on Rihanna.
Rumor Rihanna
Bruh.
broke up with ASAP Rocky after catching him cheating 7 hours ago.
Bruh. This nigga had that Steph Curry range.
Why would you cheat on with a baby? He pulled a Tristan Thompson. Jesus.
Nigga.
Hold on.
On a billionaire.
A billionaire.
A billionaire. That's like
I give up.
You know what?
All hope is lost for us men now. It's
Oh
over
no.
with.
No.
No, it's not the men.
It's the women.
It's us. Like what more do you want?
Yeah, she has the looks. She has the money. She has the branding. Okay. She's from
By the personality,
Barbados. Like that's
everything.
a Caribbean woman. Like if
Not
she
to mention
cooks,
the eyes,
if she
the hair.
cooks on top of that,
which I'm
She
sure
probably
she does.
doesn't.
she probably not
Oh.
anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah,
She probably doesn't
got them
anymore.
chefs that for all that. But
Yeah,
man,
but I wouldn't be surprised if she still does want to get in because that's an island woman. You know, those island women, that's their thing right there, right? So if she can't cook, I'm gonna be disappointed. But she has all that going for her, and you still cheated, nigga. I don't know what. That's not a high note, man. That's
it's
I mean-
not. But it was one of those things I just thought about when she said Rihanna, and I just was like, dang.
I'm gonna go home and pray because I was really I started this podcast off camera feeling real positive about life as a married woman and things are going in a great direction and we're vibing, we're friends now. Rihanna got cheated on. There's no hope. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but it's fine. Whatever.
Hey,
I don't know what to say. You know?
I would like to put this out there for all women watching. We are all not like this.
That's true.
We are all not like this, okay?
That's very
true. A
true.
lot of us are actually still old school loyal. Like,
hopefully.
And that's all Rihanna was saying, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. And this nigga went out. I'm so tired.
It's always those thugs.
Well, didn't it? That was actually,
that's what you call a callback. That was great.
Well, cuzzo, it goes back to what's here. You see,
that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Okay,
that was hilarious.
All
you
right.
see, well, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I promise that's a subject we'll let just sit. We got another dope conversation coming for y'all on our next episode. We're gonna be joined by our man Chris again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know y'all was like Chris. We're gonna break down a list of the greatest rappers alive. Shout out to an article from Complex Magazine where they broke down rappers, the best rapper alive from each year, meaning the year of that rapper, the rapper that dominated that 1 year from 1979 to present day. You know, now will we go that far back to 1979? No, that's before our time. I mean, we can acknowledge them. Just
we were still swimming.
We were still swimming back in those days. But anything, say 95 on up, maybe. Yeah, 95 on up.
95 up. We're conscious.
Yeah.
We're conscious.
We'll say about 95 on up. We'll give y'all what we can give y'all and see if we agree with what they had to say in terms of who they felt was the greatest rapper. I know Janean's gonna love when we get to 2008, 9, and 10, but hey, that's neither here nor there. That being said, y'all, in the meantime, we'll dissect the rest of this news as it continues to feed out, because I'm sure if this is just breaking news of the day, that means it's only gonna get worse from here, people. So how about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Standing ovation indeed, because boy, you did put on quite a show. And on that note,
Rihanna niggas.
Rihanna is really going to be a single mother.
Hey, look, you know what? If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. You did not, friend. So therefore,
when I found out she was pregnant, I was clamoring for him to do
that.
Terrible. Wishing on that man downfall. Hot mess.
Hey, you know what? Hey, listen, people. That is the beauty of when you close out a show. It's gonna leave you on a cliffhanger to make you wonder, make you think. Is these ninjas out here really worth anything? I don't know. We're gonna find out on the next episode of Pass the Ox. It's your boy Dwayne. You know to follow your boy at Dwayne Dickey Jr. on Instagram. Follow me at Highlight Life, HILITE Life on Twitter. And of course, the Queen, the Aries, Miss Janean, the bougie thuggin' favorite cousin. You can follow her at _Nina NIIA on Twitter, or Nina Soul NIIASOL on Instagram. And of course, my guy, Mr. Derrick. Make sure you follow him on all things Derrick _OTS, or you can just follow the brand with us, man. Follow all things at OTS Media Co. on Instagram, on Twitter. Most importantly, make sure you check out the Pass the Ox Instagram so you can check out what we vibing to on Mondays and all the things we getting ready to vibe to on a Friday, and among other things. We're covering a big festival, so it's gonna be a big festival. Your boy is gonna be hosting and covering, interviewing some dope artists right here in the city of Atlanta. So y'all make sure y'all following the OTS Media Co page. Make sure you following the PTA _OTS page, because you never know what artist gonna pop up and get interviewed by your boy. But until then, man, the Ox is officially being passed to you. Peace.